Everybody, welcome to another special episode. Let's play Okami HD. This is the first of a number of, I guess, wrap-up episodes right before the end of the game.
Excellent.
And this is one of two where we're going to collect all of the remaining stray beads and also just random stuff. So it's going to be a lot of clips. In the first one we just went through, we were just picking up the last weapon in the game that you can buy. In here we're collecting the last, or we're doing some of the vases that the woodcutter has, because that is one of the things that leads up to getting one of the stray beads.
Makes sense. Why did you make it? I haven't seen these clips, by the way, so I'm just kind of gonna watch and enjoy while
It'll
Jason...
be cutting through it quickly. I try to take out a lot of just
Running.
the excess bits. This one's actually probably one of the longer ones so far, just because we're trying to figure out where this thing goes. That's where I've taken this kind of stuff out. But I know generally in these episodes I just run music and let it go, but it turned out I was running out of music to play. Okami has a lot of songs, but most of them are less than 30 seconds. So it's, it doesn't make for 2 hours of excess audio.
2 hours of additional gameplay outside the linear storyline and various sidetracking that we did for the regular episodes. Or longer than 2 hours. 2 hours of constant, right?
Yes.
2 left. Thanks.
There should only be one more vase left, and I think I should have to turn it to daytime. He's got that exclamation mark to let you know that he's done. It's that guy.
Yeah. Good luck with you soon.
What connoisseur? I think I ran around for it for a while, trying to find it until I figured out where it was.
Nice. That was a very smooth transition, though.
There are very many transitions there. Being impressed by us coming up.
Yes.
I think for the 2 episodes I had about an hour. I compressed 2 hours down without the extra stuff. But there's a bunch of changes running around in circles.
Yes!
So get used to hearing that sound a lot because you're going to be hearing it at least 40 times.
I'm not even sure that face
Something
is
like
real. It's so trippy. Has he always been wearing a wolf around his neck?
Yep, it's a fox.
Fox, rather?
This is inside the very first area in the game. The very first stray bead in the game, actually, is inside the astral plane. And then this one right here is behind the woodcutter's house that we were just talking to.
spoilers, guys.
So this one's a little long because I was having trouble doing the actual brush technique. It was not allowing me to do what I wanted to. I think it's because I had to leave and come back or something, but...
Oh, I think I watched you do this one originally, where you're trying to impress him. Amazing.
So I think I tried for a while to like
Make the
do the
third
triple.
bomb. And he just didn't notice. Gave him a concussion.
And then at some point the game was like, yeah, we don't want you to have 3, it'll just all explode instead. And just kill him each time.
So that's twice. See how many times it took you before you changed your strategy. Maybe the game got wise on
See, if
the
they
fact
touch
that
each other, they go off. And it's hard to put down 3 of them when they were in such a tight space.
you blew him sky high.
And there's actually a method for determining where the bombs go, if they're like in the foreground or the background, depending on the button you use. But if they touch anything, they seem to go off. I was like, what am I doing wrong here? I'm trying to figure it out in the book. So I just screwed around in the menu for a while. No, at first I was like, do I have Cherry Bomb 3? Because I was like, maybe I missed it, and I didn't actually pay for it. But I have it, so... Like, maybe he has to go lie down again.
Bam, bam, bam!
I think I realized then that there's the bombs in this room, and if they touch the bombs in this room, then they explode automatically.
Nice.
So I got to clear those out. Or the fire in the background. That'll do it too.
Nice.
And then I was like, maybe I can paint more than one at a time. That's not true. You can't do that.
Nice.
So I think I just started spamming them. It
You
worked.
finally got all 3. He loves it!
I got another bead.
I want you to have this weird looking pearl.
Some stray beads are just like, the majority of stray beads are really easy to find. You just dig them up. And then there's some that are really, really extensively difficult to find if you don't know what you're doing. Or where to look.
It's a random commercial where we fed a bird.
There's a couple of things intermixed there where I'm getting extra stuff. I couldn't find where this box was too many times. This one is behind Ume's dad's house. Here in this place. And there are I think there's 3 of them in this dungeon. I forget what it's called. Negative. No, the Forest Negative? Or the dungeon at Negative Forest.
Yeah.
They're pretty,
Where the dog was?
This one is in a wall that you have to blow up, so if you're not expecting to find it, you won't.
Ah.
There's another one behind the waterfall, which
You can kind of see a doorway.
You have to blow that wall, so if you're not looking to blow it up, there's another hidden spot.
And it didn't have like the crack in it, like you're like, oh, you really are supposed to blow this up.
And these are the only ones in the game that are in these little in the plants.
Huh.
last one, you have to find this thing, and if you're not at the right angle, you won't see it. That gets you up to it.
Weird.
Here, I think this is Taka Pass. It's just Gary gonna leave somewhere. There's a couple in Taka Pass. I like go and come back because I miss. This is definitely there too, in the burning chest that we passed early in the game, way before we can do anything about it. And here we're at the name of that village I always forget. The one with the windmill.
Oh. Yeah.
It's right next to what's-her-face's house.
The priestess.
Princess Fusei's house.
Yeah. I forget. Everyone is yelling the name Gaza or whatever.
And this is in Mr. Bamboo's house. The same place.
Nice.
Here we're back in the dungeon, whatever it's called, where the windmill is. In the Gale Shrine, I think it's what it's called.
The Gale Shrine.
This is one of the secret optional fights in the game.
Oh.
Unless you come back here at the end of the game, you won't find them. Not particularly difficult because at this point we have the best weapons and they're all golded up. And it's just kind of a little long. It's kind of long.
Will you fight the dogs all at the same time?
Kind of. You fight a lot of them. You find them in groups. You fight them in groups. She says that they're harder than Orochi.
Which is not saying much.
Yeah, I guess they kind of are if you don't understand their pattern. And they're definitely a longer fight than Orochi, because once you figure out Orochi, it's really easy to beat them. But fighting a bunch of them at a time, they do have a lot of health. Probably individually have as much health or more than each of the Orochi's heads, which isn't really saying a lot. We use the same technique that I generally use fighting all of the difficult fights, the optional ones, which is slow everything down and beat on them as hard as you can. And see, this is the best whip in the game, and we have all the techniques, but we aren't really doing a lot of damage.
Oh.
If you're counting, there's 4 of them right now.
Yes.
But there were only 5 of them to begin with in the room.
Yes. Which means when you beat these guys, more people are gonna show up that aren't actually the crucified.
Well, remember how many there were in the first place? Like
Kusa Village.
10 of them or whatever? How many were there?
8.
8 Kenai warriors. Was that me who left the dew over them? I might have used Brown Rage on one of them, or tried to.
It's gonna explode, it's just...
No, actually that's one of them used Brown Rage. Because we don't have it at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe you aren't maxed out. I don't remember if I did that at the end of this series, or... Yeah, it must have...
You're getting mauled by dogs.
I don't know if we even take any damage, but we don't actually have all the... Now that I think about it, at this point in the game, I don't have all the upgrades. I do for the whip, so it's not like we do. But you do almost have max health.
do land in that.
One down. Once you get rid of one, they just all fall together.
They just all fall together once you get rid of one. You only saw 4 of them.
It continues. It's right into another one. I think we fight 3 of them this time.
He's trying to dig a hole for you to fall in.
This one's a little harder.
That one pooped.
Because they dig the holes in this one. The holes are really good to watch out for. And that's when they hurt.
You may lose your ink. Pee on you.
I did actually really well in this fight. I don't know if I got hurt once or anything. That was me missing the cut on both of them really badly. It's something I didn't notice, that when you fight and you hit them with the blizzard beads or whatever it's called, is that it? It's a big snowflake on the screen. I never noticed that when I'm actually trying to kill them.
Hope you're out of ink. Hope it was worth it. Gotta use that too.
Oh, he comes back quickly.
Yeah. The golden ink pot is a good idea.
So I had the solar flare, but I for some reason decided to use the whip in this fight. I don't know why. You can't actually counter
that.
that.
Oh, you just got tinkled on. And now you're out of ink because he tinkled on you.
Stuck in the holes. So many holes. That is something that you can do in the game, but you can't do in battle. If you could dig holes and have monsters fall in them, that'd be hilarious. But I guess we have round rage and golden, whatever. Fury, so that's something in itself. I think the last fight in this is the easiest one, just because it's one guy. He just has a lot more health than everybody.
That was only one eyeball. He's a ton of health. Crazy mirror power.
Some things actually have weaknesses, but I think these dogs actually don't really have any sort of weaknesses, except for when they're stunned, but it's not like a extra bonus kind of damage to them, or fire or anything.
Nice block.
The cool thing about the block in this game is if you hit it once, it'll stay up for the entirety of their attack, so you don't really have to worry about it going away. Pro tip, but if you block, you'll be okay at any moment during the attack.
You just threw dirt in your face. What do you think about that?
So this is like, I'm pretty sure this is the only optional boss fight in the game, or semi-boss fight, other than the bandit spiders and the devil gate trials.
What do you get
optional
from this,
combat. What do you think we get from this?
Try bead. Nice. Yay!
One more down.
Thanks. Thanks, human.
You know what? I think these are the 5 secrets from later that we'll see. You know, we don't get all of them. Never mind. We'll discuss it later.
What? Yes?
So here we at the giant bridge, the drawbridge outside the Imperial City,
Yes.
Payan City, and
Where there's a big cat pool.
there's
Tons
something.
of stuff.
All that stuff we exploded, remember, and then we fixed it all?
Yes. And we went running around down at the bottom and there was a cat we never saw.
But there's this long chain of these things.
Did we talk about the fact that the flowers, if they're right side up, you can stand on them, and if they're upside down, you can't?
I think we mentioned this before.
That is not a straight beam.
It's not. This one actually took me a while to get to because I couldn't find the second one to bind to. It was in a completely different direction than I was expecting. And they're set up in a way that you can't see them unless you're up in the air.
Yep. Because we played a Nalvad area down there already, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. And we saw this thing, I just didn't get up to it.
Yes. This is a long chain of flowers. Miss. Clonk. Testing your endurance.
So this is the very north end of this river. And you gotta run to the opposite side. Luckily we can walk on water. It's a very long run. Like 3 minutes later I'm over here. Just running.
See if you can bloom the thing and the tree at the same time. Yeah, you were.
So we're back at Taka Pass again, where this one I was looking for and then somehow missed. It's actually hard to see. Here, what's funny about this one is we came and we fed these rabbits, but we didn't come in the little room and dig up these clovers.
Right.
Or actually, they're not clovers. They're this. This is a Salsa Sanctuary.
Yes. Where we saw the alien lady.
Decided to leave, yeah. This one, for some reason, recorded with no sound, and we're back again at the Gale Shrine. This time, instead of, you know, you can go up, and this is the first elevator. If you set it off without standing on it, there's stuff under here, including like the only rats in the game that I can think of.
Oh. It's weird without sound.
It's super weird. I don't know why there's no sound. Maybe I'll add a little song in here. Yeah.
Statue.
Sometimes my thing just does not record sound, and it makes me sad.
Understood. Hello, little rats. Wait, cheese? Seeds. They're so cute.
There may be more than one set of rats in the game, but these are the only ones I've found in this playthrough. There was one time I played Okami where I went and got every single animal.
Wow.
There's not really a point in doing it. There's so many places to get praise that you can S rank it without doing all of them. Oops, you back out.
Hey.
So this is Hiroshima Coast, right? North? No, regular.
Regular.
And there's the ship out here, the treasure ship or whatever. We came earlier in the game.
And we never went on the top of it seems.
And those stairs right there completely don't work. They're not stairs, they're just like a ramp.
Oh.
How do you get up? You gotta go around.
That's interesting. Apparently those stairs are too steep for dogs.
It's something like that. Here we are at Hiroshima Coast again. We have to wrap up our race with Hayate, who I confused with the other racer guy, his brother, like the entire game, thinking they're the same guy, a different color in a different area. Like, I just thought he ran around the whole country delivering mail.
This is the guy that drops spikes.
This is actually like my favorite song in the game, the race song. One of them. The ending song is actually a song I really like. Which, I think I might have played that song in the first Devil Gate trial thing I did. I was thinking I wasn't going to get him, and I was going to have to reset him for the next day or whatever. Because if you miss too much, or if you go too long without hitting him, he'll disappear.
Yeah.
To get him.
He's quick.
He is quick. It's really those things he drops that are the pain. And actually being able to hit him because of the lag time between the dash attack.
Yeah. He's so happy.
Gives you pretty good praise for beating him.
Yeah.
One of the stray beads we don't see in this is when we beat his brother. I think. No, his brother gives a gear, yeah, which gives it the lightning attack.
Yes.
Which also gives you a stray bead in the same room.
Yes.
Here's a stray bead. Now you have to do my job.
No, you're the postman.
So this one took me a long time. I would say this one took me half an hour to get this stray bead. Mainly because the game wasn't recognizing what I had to do. And we're gonna do a lot of cuts here, but basically there's this little girl, and she has these symbols, and she She says she's a fashion designer, so you go over to the kimono guy. He's like, I am dumb and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing to make these kimono stuff. So you paint them with the images she comes up with, because you can see her thoughts. And if you do it right, he'll say a specific phrase. If you do it wrong, he'll just say something else. And it has to say this thing where he's like, he says, make something happen, and you get the right sound. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't continue the quest line. So I kept doing it and getting the wrong thing, I think on the second one, or one of these patterns, and was losing my mind trying to get this to work.
Oh my goodness. This is the girl with the crayons.
Yeah, and she's got like 5 different patterns, so it can take a long time. It was this heart one. Once you see, I did it in the background already, it wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. You do the heart in the exact, like, perfect direction somehow to get it to work. I don't know, maybe it was because I was doing it in 2 strokes or whatever, but you have to do it in 1.
Nice.
That one alone took me a long time.
Okay.
I think even the most complicated ones, I think I did in the first try. And she does give you 20 praise each time you do it, so that's pretty good.
Decent praise.
This is a, I think this is the only, somehow I failed the V. I think I did it, yeah, because I did it in 2 strokes. But, it's the only reference to another Clover game called Beautiful Joe.
Yeah,
which is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. And she says it right here. I think she does. Beautiful. Henshin. Henshin a Go-Go, which is a reference to what Joe would say in Beautiful Joe. Which is also something Bayonetta says in Bayonetta game as a reference, even though Bayonetta's by Platinum.
Oh goodness, that's a flower.
It's a clover, actually.
It's a clover!
It's a clover pattern.
How clever.
This was the one I thought I was going to screw up the most, because it just looks like it's going to be. But, no, it worked out the first time, as ugly as it is. Most of them are really bad. I was like, where'd she go?
It's after her bedtime!
It's taken us so long, it's been multiple days actually to go through. I think the game time in this, or daytime in this is 20 minutes or whatever, 15 minutes.
Nice.
I don't know what this symbol means. I know it's a very significant symbol. I just don't, off the top of my head, I'm not sure what it is. It's like strength or power or something. I think that one's 5. Similar. So I was thinking, does that pattern or a similar pattern or symbol that's in one of the Katamari games you can roll up when you're in China, like it's on the wall, like near the Great Wall of China.
Gods.
Maybe that's, is that what she said?
That's what she just said.
So it's symbol for God, it's Okami.
Well, that makes sense.
I think that's the last one. You soon should take some hints from her. Anyway, that's the end of this one. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Bye.